We all know how important good defensive play is to having a successful team in the MLB. It can be the difference between being a championship contender or simply a pretender. But how important is defense in MLB The Show? I set out to study how much defense affects team performance in MLB The Show simulations. To examine this, I looked at two types of pitchers: an average Joe with average per nine stats across the board, and a contact-oriented pitcher with low hits and strikeouts per nine, but high home runs and base on balls per nine. I paired these pitchers with both average Joe defenders and with prime Javier Baez's. I also wanted to examine how catcher defense affected pitcher performance. To examine that, I chose a middle-of-the-road pitching staff and then compared their performance with an average defensive catcher to that with an elite defensive catcher. The final results were interesting. With average pitchers, there wasn't really any differences in both ERA and hits per nine based on the defense behind them. However, when contact-oriented pitchers were used, the changes in ERA and hits per nine became more significant. Team wins had notable differences with both groups of pitchers, but the difference was highly significant with contact-oriented pitchers. Unfortunately, there were really no clear differences in strikeouts per nine and base on balls per nine based on the level of defender your catcher is. There may be some slight influence in strikeouts per nine, but overall it seems minimal, which is a little disappointing to see. Overall, the final conclusions are that defense does matter to some degree. Though it may not have a drastic effect on your pitching staff's statistical performance, there does seem to be some benefits in the win column. All benefits seem to be potentiated when your staff allows more balls in play, which makes logical sense. For catchers, though, it seems like prioritizing defense may not be too beneficial when all is said and done.